Okay, here we go. Welcome everybody. Iracing Formula IR4 at Road America. This was a great race, lots of fun. We qualified P10. We're in split number 2. You can see there's a lot of good drivers in the split, and we're getting ready to go at the start-finish line.
Minutes. The track temp is 73. The air
Here
temp
come the
is
lights.
71 Fahrenheit.
Red
Get ready, relax.
and green. Here we go.
20 minutes to go.
Coming down, and we got a pretty bad start there, and we got a couple guys to our right. We're 3 wide.
On your right.
Tom Stoley and Janu Rutten and Elliot Paul. Elliot's in front of us, but we managed to hold the outside line, and we managed to keep our place, which is pretty good off of that start. Here we come in there, we get a real good entry, and we're definitely faster than everybody coming off that corner. So usually right about now I'd sit back, but I practiced this track, I practiced alternate lines, and I feel like, I'm going for it. So here we go, we get the inside, and we get 2 cars going into that corner. And that's a tricky braking zone downhill. A lot of smoke up front, but people locking tires. But oh boy, that little section there, boy, whoo, you'll see in the crashes. A lot of people spin out there. Here we go, another tricky downhill braking zone. Those downhill braking zones are tough. Road America is just a great track. I think Road America in the F4 are fantastic. And so we started P10, and I believe, we got a car off to the left, and it's Daniel Kaminsky. And watch him in the TV cam. He comes back in and he wipes out a guy in the back. Look out in the TV cam, you'll see, boom. Luckily he only got 1 car.
Left side. We're clear on the left side.
We get a little challenge there from Mathis in the number 7 car. But he backed out. And, I thought the driving in this race was pretty damn good. I don't know. It was really good, actually. You got to know when to go for it and when to back out. And everybody in this race was pretty good. There was one guy at the end who really, I think if I didn't back out, we would have just all got wiped out. But you heard P7 so far, so we gained 3 spots on the first lap, which isn't really like me. I don't know what get into me in this race. So we're staying right on Max's tail. We know we got a good exit here last time. We get another good exit this time. And they go 2 wide here. There's not really a lot I can do. I definitely have to be cautious here. And you can see my throttle trace. I let off to like 50%. I'm just trying to see what's going on. And they little bump. And Max goes wide, and I get Max, and we get a car off to the left. That's Grace.
We are clear on the right.
And now we're P5. So driving well. We got Adam in front of us now, the number 1 car. George in front of him, Dan in front of him. And in first place, I don't know who's up there in first, but I think it's Mateo. Mateo Morano, it looks like. I think he's up in the lead. And he's gone. I mean, he is gone. So our job now is to try to break away from the cars behind us and try to keep with the cars in front of us. Make good solid laps. And you can see we got Max is behind us. He's only 0.04. Mathis behind him is 0.09. We got like 5 cars within draft. So we get a little bump, and there goes George. George is gone. So that puts us number 4 now. So 2 laps. We went from 10th to 4th. couple good passes, and there we are, P4. We're staying right with Adam now. And usually what I do is I kind of try to stay real close and study and see where people are strong, where they're weak, whether or not I have the pace to keep up to them or pass them. You get a little wide there, I got to let off. That's going to hurt me coming down the straight. So you're going to see I got Max right behind me. I'm going to have to defend. I go defensive here. Give him the outside. He doesn't take it, and we get a spin in front of us. Look at that, the number 1 and number 2 car. They come together. I had to hit the brakes, and now Max and Mathis go by me, so I lost 2 and I got 2. That was crazy, that one. I mean, right in front of me, they just came together and it opened up. I ended up sneaking through somehow. So after all that crash and everything, I end up in the same place. Now, I got Max and Mathis in front of me. I have to try to stay with them. They're both 2K drivers, 2.4, 2.3. So both a little higher than me. Hey, look, I get a good run on Mathis here. A real good run, but there's really no place to go here, so I got to really tuck it in behind him. You can see I let off quite a bit. There's nothing I could do there. Pretty good exit there. I could have got a little more speed out of that corner. Staying right with Mathis. Max goes defensive, but I don't know why. He's just trying to break draft. I don't know. Does it really help? I'm not sure. I get a really good run. I take a peek, but it's just not the right time. I don't feel like it's the right time to go for a move. It's a fast braking zone there. You know, it's just not. I don't think it's the right time unless you get a really good run. And I go wide there again. Now, I think that was the second lap in a row I went wide there. And that, you can see me shaking my head down in the bottom left. And because I went wide there twice, now I'm going to end up being a little cautious in that corner. I was having a little trouble with that corner. The rest of the track, I felt like, you know, I felt pretty good. Even in this section, which I think right there is the high. I think that's the hottest section, going downhill and then coming to that rise. Here we go. We're still P4. We're what, 4 laps in? Driving good. I feel like I got good pace. You can see I did a 2.0925 up in the top left. And I have a faster lap on the books than Max and Mathis. So I'm definitely quick enough. Just gotta be smart, stay clean. Took another peek there, just trying to make them a little uncomfortable. I don't know if that really helps, but I'm sure sometimes it does. It hardly ever seems to work for me, though. So, lap 5.
The leader's just done 208.6.
And the leader is out there, man. He's like a second faster than us. He's flying.
Stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake.
And you can see we're hanging in there. That time we didn't want to go wide. We stayed on the curb. Yeah, that's a little overcorrection. I think after this lap, I found the middle ground on that corner and started doing better. But in the first, few laps, that corner was giving me some trouble. Even though I practiced, but it was giving me trouble. That corner there is real trouble for a lot of people. That one and this one, that's just really tough for a lot of people. I like Road America. If you guys have raced Road America, tell me what you think, because I think it's a fun track. The laps go by, 2 minutes a lap.
Come over and keep pushing. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
So it's not a short track. It's pretty long. I mean, I think, where were we last week? I can't remember, but boy, that track was fast. I mean, the laps were like 1 minute. I kind of like these tracks that are a little longer. Seems like you have some time to breathe. Although this race, wow, I felt like my heart was going to come out of my chest at the end. It was a very, very intense race. Concentrating for 20 minutes is, I know it seems easy probably to you young guys, but when you get older, it's not that easy. I'm sorry for laughing, but it's true. Concentration isn't the same.
Stay close.
So, we're .07, and you can see we got a nice gap behind us. Grace is 3 seconds back. But Grace, the problem with Grace sitting back there is Grace was, I believe, the top car, and she's fast. So I think Grace is probably going to drag some cars up with her, because I think Grace is, like I said, I think she was the top car or second, really fast. So 3 seconds in a long race, she's probably going to close in on us. And you can see we're at .05, staying in there. Still just, it's a long race, guys, I can't say that enough. These races, you don't have to do stuff all the time. You have time. You have time to relax, which I'm sorry, but I never relax when I'm racing. It's just not relaxing. It's stressful, but you have time to get better at the track, to warm up, to make sure your technique's good. Whenever I feel like I'm getting out of sorts or drifting, I really focus in on my technique. Am I braking right? Am I trail braking? Am I turning the wheel? And see, I get a little run on Mathis there. I'm inside, but like I said, not anywhere to go there, so I decide to back out. Because really, that wasn't really a comfortable spot to make a move. But that kind of put a bug under Mathis's butt, and you can see Mathis is really going now. But for some reason, I don't understand this. Max kind of pulled over there. I don't know why he gave that position to Mathis. Does he have damage? I don't get it. I don't think he has damage. I didn't see anything. Unless he bumped the inside wall. But we get a real good run there. We're going for it here.
On your left. Still there.
And Mathis is on our outside now. Or inside, actually, I should say, coming into this corner. So we're going to have the outside lane. And a lot of people don't do well on the outside. I notice a lot of people in racing, in iRacing, want the inside. But I kind of like the outside. I don't really have many problems on the outside. I practice the outside. So maybe I'll make a video about how I practice that. I think that would probably be a helpful video for people. If you want to see that video, please leave a comment. But I can show you how I practice. I kind of tell you a couple things while I'm in no man's land here for a minute, but believe me, this race is never dull for too long. We're still within Mathis's draft. And now we're in P3, actually. So, we're fighting for a podium now. In the second split.
Make him do all the work. Focus on your exits. He's faster than you. Enter into an 8.
Trying to make a good exit out of this corner. We messed this corner up a couple times too, but we do much better there. Used all the track there. Really good driving so far. Couple little glitches, but all in all pretty good.
The gap is now 0.6. This is good. Keep banging out their lap times.
Yeah.
P3. That lap time was 209.2.
209.2. You can hear Jim likes it. Now Mathis in front of us just did a 208.9, so he's a little faster than us, but not that much. We're within reach. Much better on that corner there. Much, much better. But you can see we're pretty competitive lap time wise. And consistency. So that helps a lot.
Looks like P1 has gone off in.
And there's P1. P1 goes off. So all of a sudden, Matteo, who was way out in front, bins it on that straight. Now he tucks it in right behind us. And you know Matteo's a lot fast. Like I said, he's, even in qualifying, I think he was like a second faster than me. So he's not going to be behind us that long. And you know he's going to be going for a pass pretty quickly. He's 0.04. So we have to be really careful with him. Because he's going to be a little hungry. So here we go. We get a real good run out of there. We have a nice run on Mathis there. And we're closing in. 0.03. If we can make a good run here, we might have a shot at him. There we go. We're right on his tail. He's a little wide there. He wiggles a little. Now we're 0.02. We are just right on his tail. But behind us, Matteo's 0.02. So this is going to be really tricky coming down the straight. So here we go. 3-car race here. I get right on Mathis's tail. Matteo's right on my tail. And there I go. I make a move, but so does Matteo. I don't like the looks of this at all. So I just back out. Let him go. Do you actually think Matteo would get that thing slowed down in there? I don't think so. I have to defend, too, from Max. Now, in all this racing, which we didn't really lose that much time. Now, look, all of a sudden, and I was racing, I was saying, what the hell went on? I was out there all alone, and now all of a sudden, it's like 6 cars. I got to defend. I defend on the outside. And I outbrake him. And I'm sure Max was surprised about that because he had the inside, but I held my ground, kept my speed up, and I held the outside. I told you guys, I'm comfortable on the outside. Doesn't bother me at all. I practice it all the time. So how do I practice it? I'm going to make a video on this. But this is what I do. When I'm practicing, I usually do some hot laps first, get to know the track. And then I do some laps making believe there's a car on my left the whole way around the track. And then I do some more laps making believe there's a car on my right the whole way around the track. And look, we got a run on Mathis now. We're not messing around this race, and we get the pass done. Sorry, I was trying to tell you a story, and something actually exciting happened there. And so now we're in P2. Holy cow. Get a little wide here. That's going to hurt us. Yep, we overshot it. That's going to leave the door open for Mathis to get us back. And Grace is now in the picture. I told you, Grace spun earlier. So I let Mathis go by, and I tuck in right behind him. And guess what? White flag. Last lap. Last lap. Pappy Gaming is always fun. Here we go. We're right behind Mathis. We got Roberto behind us. We got Grace behind Roberto. Grace is probably the fastest car. We make a really good exit there. And here we go. We get a run on Mathis. We're going around the outside. We're not afraid of the outside.
Still there.
Mathis is going to have to keep up with us here. And we know we're fast coming down this hill on the outside. We have no problem getting by him. So now we're P2 again, and now Grace is right behind. Now that becomes, I mess up that corner right there. I got to defend going into this corner. The nerves are getting a little tight. But once I defend, now Grace peeks it up in the inside of Mathis. And what Grace did there is, yes, she got by him, but she slowed him down enough where it just, I think if she didn't do that, I think I would have been in trouble. But because she got by him, it just gives me enough breathing room to maybe get to the end of the race. But remember, Grace is fast. She's .03. This is going to be a drag race. And here we come, down to the last section. We hit the brakes. Grace is right on our tail. She's .02. She's definitely going to go for a pass on to the start-finish line. We need to make a good exit here. Make a good entry. Make a good exit. Grace gets out on the dirt just a little bit there. It wiggles, and that's enough. And we come home in P2. Wow. Look at me raise my hand down there. That was a hell of a race. Intense the whole way. Just a great, great race. Woo, let's take a look at the standings. Okay, here we go. We're P2. I rating, we gained plus 91. Safety rating, plus 0.17. We were in a second split with a strength of field of 21.28. And our I rating, is almost 2,000 now. So I'm getting up there, guys. Now, I want to thank you for watching, but we're going to watch the crashes. And I hope you like and subscribe. Let's see these crashes. Ooh, look at that. What a mess. It's so fun to watch the crashes. Well, it's not fun for these guys. Ooh. Little aggravated, maybe? Yeah, neither one of those wanted to stop. Watch the 15. Boom! I don't know, buddy. That should be a suspension. Did you see him? He did that on purpose. That was pretty bad. 6 catches a little turf. Boom. Alrighty, here we come. Looks like, watch this. This is me behind them. Watch. Look at them open up. And I just kind of had to hit the brakes, and you could see the other 2 cars go under me there. Yeah, that was that accident that was right in front of me. Yeah, this guy had a little rough race. I see a couple spins. Better practice your trail braking. I told you that section there, right there, going down that hill and the next corner after that. That's what you see. Oh, geez, bad rejoin. Took out the 1 car. What a bad rejoin that was. 17 car. Yeah, that spot can be tough if you come in too hot. You know what happens in that section? You always think you can go faster than you can. See, that's that same downhill. That's that same spot that we talk about, that we've seen so many spins. Oh, that's the leader, I think, and I think that's when we get by him. And there's that little crest right after that downhill. Geez, I should have started a count on that section. I'll bet you that was 95% of the spins and accidents with that section. There it is, downhill. That same corner, same downhiller. Tough one. That's where I made a lot of passes and stayed on the outside. Here's the crest again, that crest. The trick to that crest is you got to get the car turned in before you hit the crest. If you wait until the crest and try to turn the car in, you got no grip. All right. Well, I hope you like it, and I'll see you next time.